The magic of listening. Your ability to listen well in a social or business conversation can help you as much as any other skill you develop. One of the most important qualities of a leader is the ability to gather information by asking questions and listening closely to what people have to say. Daniel Goleman, author of Emotional Intelligence, concluded that your ability to connect emotionally with people, your EQ, is as vital to your success and perhaps even more so than your IQ. He defined the most important quality of EQ as empathy, or the ability to be aware of and sensitive to what people say and what they really mean. Howard Gardner of Harvard University has defined this quality as a social intelligence, which, as we noted at the outset of this book, is the highest paid and most respected form of intelligence in our society. And unfortunately, it can be learned just by becoming a good listener. So there are 4 effective keys for effective listening. Every book, article or course on this subject ultimately comes to the same conclusion. There are 4 key elements of effective listening. If you can master them, your charm quotient will skyrocket immediately. So first, that is listen attentively. Listen without interrupting. Listen in complete silence, as if there is nothing in the world that is more important to you at this moment than what the other person is saying. If someone wants to talk to you, especially at home, immediately discontinue all other activities and give that person your complete attention. Turn off the television, shut the book or newspaper and focus single-mindedly on what the person is saying. This behavior will be instantly recognized and appreciated and will give you tremendous emotional power in the conversation. To listen as if you are transfixed by what the other person is saying. Imagine that your eyes are sun lamps and you are giving the person's face a tan. So when a person is intently listened to by another, he is affected biochemically. His brain releases endorphins, nature's happy drug, which makes him feel good about himself. His self-esteem goes up and he likes himself more. Above all, he likes and trusts you more by virtue of your listening attentively to him. The payoff is extraordinary. Number 2, that is pause before replying. Rather than jumping in as soon as the other person takes a breath, pause for 3 to 5 seconds. Allow a silence to exist. Just relax. When you pause, 3 things happen. All of them good. First, you avoid interrupting the other person if he is just pausing to recognize his thoughts before continuing. Second, by pause, you tell the person that what he said was important and that you are considering it carefully. This reinforces the personal value of the speaker and causes him to see you as a more attractive and intelligent person. Third, you actually hear the person, not only what he said, but what he means at a deeper level of mind. Try it once and see. Number 3, that is question for clarification. Never assume that you know exactly what the person means by what he said. Instead, help him to expand on his most recent remark by asking, how do you mean? Or what do you mean exactly? Here is one of the most important rules of communication. The person who asks questions has control. The person answering the questions is controlled by the person asking them. When a person is speaking in answer to a question, fully 100% of his focus and attention is on what he is saying. He cannot think of anything else. He is totally controlled by the questioner. The trick to charming someone with this technique is to ask your questions thoroughly. All great communicators know this and use it regularly. Number 4, and the last one, that is feed it back. Paraphrase it in your own words. This is the acid test of effective listening, the proof that you were really paying attention instead of engaging in the phony listening that is so common today. When a people or person finishes speaking, you pause and say something like, so you just did this and then this happened and then you decided to do that, right? So only when the speaker confirms that's what he said and meant to do, continue, either by asking another question or commenting on what has just been said. So these were the 4 key tools for making effective listening. But there are some tools to charm others. Those are try these effective listening techniques: listening, pausing, asking thoughtful questions, and paraphrasing one at a time. Begin by practicing attentive listening at home and at work. Make no attempts to interrupt, just hang on the other person's every word. Practice controlling and directing the conversation by using these various techniques. You will discover you can communicate more deeply with a person in a few minutes by asking questions and listening closely to the answers than you could in several weeks by talking all the time. So goodbye, good luck.